Hey, cuz,
What's up?
you want to kick the show off?
Do I ever want to kick it off?
That's why I'm asking you.
It's been 2 years. Of course not.
It's been more than
Yes,
that.
I do.
All right, well,
Has it?
kick it off.
We're back. Hi, I'm Lourdes.
And I'm Eric, but you can call me Tello. This show is a family oriented show, but it's oriented from the adult perspective. We talk about adult situations, and very often we use adult language. So if there's any kids in the room, kick their asses out. They don't belong here right now. Unless they want to learn something about life.
Right, this may not be suitable for children. And I'd like to add, I don't want to make anybody mad, and I love my family and friends.
I do too. You'd think in those 2 years we would have gotten new theme song music.
It's in the works.
It's in the works. I've been too lazy to do it.
Not just you. I've been thinking about it too.
Well, because you mentioned it's been like 2 years. Where have you been?
Well, in 2 years, a lot's happened. I did get my associate's degree, so
Congratulations.
okay, yay. I am no longer an
You're
accountant
no longer my
or
cousin. You're
a
now my associate.
and psychology is still out there somewhere, but that's not what I got my associates in.
What'd you get your associates in?
Associates in arts and science.
Oh, you're
Is
an
that
artist and a scientist.
yes?
Congratulations.
When I say that, I do sound a little puzzled because I'm like, I don't really. It's like for business stuff. So,
So I got my bachelor's of science in communication and
mhm.
a bachelor's of science in visual effects and motion graphics. So I'm a communication scientist and a visual effects and motion graphics scientist by that definition. So back off, man. I'm a
I know,
scientist.
right? Yeah.
Before we actually officially kick things off, a lot's happened in the world lately. And I just want to say something right off the bat. I won't speak for you, you speak for yourself, but for me, I just want to say I support Black Lives Matter. I support socialized medicine. These past few years have really changed my view on certain things. So if you're not a fan of that, and you're hardcore right wing, you don't have to listen to this show. But I hate saying don't listen to the show. So I'd like to invite you to sit at our table and listen to the show. Maybe you'll see that there aren't as many differences between us as you would normally think. We could find some common ground, get to, educate one another. So just, we're just here to have a good time. But a lot has happened, and I'd be remiss to glaze over that and just jump into, the little goofy stuff that we like to talk about. That's all I wanted to say. I know you're racist, so you probably don't support all that stuff that I just said. So, you speak for yourself.
Let's. I am not racist. I am not racist, and I won't get into any political,
Yeah, I don't like
debates or
getting into the
anything.
politics either. And by the
Yeah,
way, I was joking. You're not racist.
and
Hey,
I know you are
hey.
joking.
Mm,
um, but I think that I completely agree with you 100%. These past 2 years, just this past, I don't know, 5 years, I guess, even longer. I mean, things have just changed so much, and an awareness has been brought to, I mean, to me that I didn't even know, um, because I think it was just how, I don't want to say just we get so used to what we consider normal, but I am excited that, you know, I was thinking about this earlier when you hear the word minority, and it's not that there's a minority in the population, it's, minorities are becoming part of our government in a
finally.
more, women, um, it just, anyway,
Yeah,
I
we have
think
a
it's a
female vice
really good,
president now.
yeah. I mean, eh, regardless of what side of the spectrum you stand on, I can't, if, I feel like if you aren't able to recognize that a woman is able to hold that position, is not making history, that's making history. If you can't recognize that, then I don't know what, your thought process is maybe a little off,
I don't
but
know what you
that's
just
not
said.
true.
It's okay.
Was it
I'm
confusing?
joking. A little bit. You were not completing your full
My
thoughts
sentences.
at
Yeah. At any
a
thought.
time. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'm sure that it'll creep into the conversation as we continue, but just to pretend like nothing has happened especially this past last year over the summer, just to pretend like, oh, that's all over and done with. It just seems
Yeah, it's
irresponsible.
no. And, the pandemic.
Yeah, there's that going on too. I mean, look at my
Yeah.
pandemic hair.
Oh my gosh, it's so long. Looks so healthy too, though.
What?
It looks healthy.
Oh, thanks. I took a shower.
I
By the
did
way, for
too.
those listening to the audio, I just did a Charlie's Angel sort of thing with my hair, and it's all luxurious and longer than usual. I mean, it'd be weird if my cousin said it, so I have to say it for myself. It was quite sexy.
So we decided, well, we agreed to record early or today. And so I wake up to hearing Luis shaving in the restroom. So I'm like, gosh, he's up so early. And I'll look over at my phone and it's like 8 o'clock. I'm like, damn, I need to get up.
Yeah.
So I close my eyes and I wait for him to come out of the restroom. I'm like, I'm going to go in when he gets out.
And for those who don't know, he shaves completely naked.
And leaves a hairy mess in the sink and everywhere his hair can
Was
fly.
he shaving the front or the back?
The front.
Okay.
His front cheeks. That's what he was shaving.
His face. Okay, never mind. Yeah. I was picturing something different. I pictured him with one leg up on the sink and hovering over the toilet somehow.
Anyway, so he lays back down and I'm like, oh, I said, I got to get ready. I said, we're supposed to record between 8:30 and 9. And he's like, it's like 8:15. I was like, no, it's not. He's like, yes, it is. So I guess when I closed my eyes to wait for him to come out of the restroom, I actually was asleep.
That's what happens when you're laying in bed and you close your eyes.
15 minutes had gone by.
Yeah, and
it was actually 8:11. Right.
So let's get back to what we were talking about before. You're a scientist. I'm a scientist. We're getting caught up. What's been going on? Why haven't we recorded in the past couple of years?
Well, I know for year one, I would say I was really trying to get through school.
Okay, and I was really trying to get through the project I was working on.
Mm-hmm. With your work, right?
Yeah, that was very time consuming. It required a lot of me and my team, and we made it through. I wish I could tell you what it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, as long as they believe in science.
That's... I don't get it.
Anyway, Nacho Libre?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I think the last time we actually recorded the show, it was for Mom's 69th birthday where she said,
cocksucker. Oh my gosh. Your mom's so bad.
I know.
Can't believe she has a mouth like that. I'm joking, Aunt Becky. I'm joking.
It doesn't sound like it.
I actually talked to your mom yesterday. But anyway, so year 2, Why didn't we record?
I think I was still recovering from year one. I was
Yeah.
just, yeah, I don't know, just, I think I was just lazy. I was just like enjoying the time off, just recovering from all the hard work I'd put into the other project. But now I can put that hard work into this show. Well, I still have my other job, so I mean, on the weekends I can put that
On the,
time into this show.
in your downtime.
Yes, in my downtime. Also, I had planned to shoot a couple of shorts during 2020, but God said, I have other plans for you. You're going to stay at home instead.
Yeah, because you could probably get in trouble for that, huh?
Well, I mean, I was planning it before the pandemic hit.
Like shooting.
A movie,
Oh.
a short film, because
Well, you didn't say film. Talk about me
I
not
said,
finishing my thoughts.
I'm sorry. I thought that you understood more film lingo when I said I was going to shoot a couple of shorts. What did you think I was going to do? Run to JCPenney, buy a couple of pairs of shorts, set them up on the fence, and then pull out a gun and shoot at them?
Yeah, if you're trying to work on your aiming, you know.
All right.
Or I was like, you're going to get in trouble because thou shall not kill if you're going to shoot some short people.
I was going to film a couple of short films. That was my intention.
I
Because
got it.
anyone who knows me knows that my ultimate career goal is to be a writer and director, a filmmaker. And I was going to try and make that happen in 2020, but I got gobsmacked instead.
I don't
Or
know
at least my
why.
plans got gobsmacked. I didn't.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was different plans for you for 2020.
For all of us.
Yeah, definitely. It's so you're still working remotely from home,
Yes,
right?
yes. I'm still lucky. I mean, I consider it lucky to be able to work from home. I've been able to work this entire time, so I feel very blessed for that.
Well, I feel blessed too, but I'm not working from home. I'm back in the office.
Well, please be safe and wear a mask and wash your hands and keep a minimum 6 foot distance.
So our theme song talks about if there's kids in the room, kick their asses out because, this may not be suitable for them.
It's not.
Exactly. But do you know how manipulative kids can be? And I mean kids, I mean like those 5-year-olds
I don't know.
and younger.
I don't know. I'm not around them that often, but when I am, I'm probably being manipulated and just don't realize it.
So yesterday I'm at work. I get a phone call that says, hey, from Isabel, my daughter. She says, Mom, Selah wants to stay the night tonight, Friday night. I said, okay. Selah is my beautiful little niece, 5 years old. And she's like, but, Loopy says, no, not tonight. Maybe Saturday night.
Selah's mom,
and Loopy's my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So she said, when Selah calls you, we're just telling you, tell her no. Wait till Saturday. So, all right. Fast forward, I'm home. I'm actually on my cell phone trying to help Luis, my husband, with something. And I get a phone call from Loopy. And I'm like, I can't answer it right now because I'm in the middle of this thing with Luis. And so he's like, okay, stops, Then the call comes in again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not Loopy. It's Selah. So I answered the phone. I said, I can't. I said, she's going to keep calling. I can't do this to her. I need to answer it and tell her no. So she gets on I answer it. And she's like, hey. And I'm like, hi. Can I spend the night? I said, tonight? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, no. I said, what about tomorrow night? It will be so much fun. We can do popcorn. We can do this, that, whatever. Well, what about tonight? And I was like, Oh my goodness. I said, well, I think Priscilla has a lot of schoolwork to do and, whatever. She's like, do you want to talk to my mom? And I'm like, okay. And so I hear Loopy tell Sayla before she gets on, she's like, Luis is really, really tired. Maybe tomorrow night. And she's like, no, tonight. So Loopy gets on the phone with me and she's like, please help me. Please help me out. I said, I'm only doing what I was asked to do. I said, you know where I stand on this. So I hear Loopy still trying to talk Sayla out of spending the night on Friday night. And Loopy's like, here, put Luis on the phone and tell him to tell her no, that he's tired. I said, he is not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He is not going to lie for you to her. And so the next thing you know, I hear Sayla say, Mom, you're making me cry. And she just starts crying. And I can hear her crying over the phone. Loopy starts crying.
Oh my goodness.
And I said, you know where we stand. I said, there is no problem with her spending the night. So she's like, okay, she'll be there soon.
Oh my God.
No sooner than she told her to get her bag ready before Loop. I mean, this is all within seconds. I hear Loopy say, you're ready? Sayla already had her bag.
She had an emergency bag already packed.
I was like, oh my goodness. So the whole reason Sayla was so excited to stay is because she watches YouTube. I think all kids have tablets now.
Yeah, I watch YouTube a lot too. I've wasted a lot of time during the pandemic on that.
I think you have helped. Oh, well, you've gotten me into that too.
I apologize. It's addictive. I'm sorry.
It is, especially when you're trying to find the secret shines of Super Mario Sunshine World. So anyway, that's a whole nother reason why we haven't recorded, because I had to conquer Super Mario Sunshine during 2020.
My goodness.
Anyway, so Sayla wanted to come over so bad because she wants to start a YouTube channel.
Oh, cool.
And she wants to record.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she took Isabel's little stand for,
her little selfie
tripod stand. Yeah. And she was probably in the room for a good 30, 40 minutes by herself, laughing, dancing. I don't know what, talking to herself. Just recording. She wasn't actually on YouTube, but she was just recording.
Thank goodness. I was about to say, you're not really going to put a 5-year-old on YouTube, are you?
No.
Please don't.
I'm not. No.
She
does not have a YouTube channel.
Okay. So she just wanted to record the videos and watch them back?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank goodness.
But
oh my goodness. Does she want to be a filmmaker too?
Probably.
I can't believe the reach of my influence already, and I haven't even made one short film yet. Actually, I take that back. I have made a couple of them.
You have?
Yeah. It's coming back to you.
I started one of them.
Which one was that?
Didn't I? A la muerte?
Yeah, that was more like a trailer to a movie.
Oh. So the short film.
Oh, hey, you can buy the A la muerte shirt.
I have it.
Yeah, you do.
I wear it. You know what?
What?
I have a confession.
Go ahead.
So
wait, before you confessed, I just want to say you can buy the shirt if you're interested. You can go to campfyrepod.com/merch and click on the link that'll take you to Amazon to buy that shirt if it's still available. Oh my goodness. I need to update a bunch of stuff. We got there's a lot going on. Oh, let me just mention, we're also on a new hosting service, Anchor.fm. So you can still find our podcast everywhere that you would normally find our podcast. But you can go to anchor.fm/num2pod. That's NUMTWOPOD. and find us there. And there's also a way for listeners to support us. There's a support link, anchor.fm/num2pod/support, if that's not too much trouble. And you can support us on a regular basis for, I think they have options for 99 cents a month, 4.99 a month, or 9.99 a month. And if you're my mother, please don't do this.
If you're my mother, she won't do it anyway. So thank you,
Good.
Ma.
Yes, save your money, keep it for yourselves. You know us personally. You can just give us $10 a month if you want to just support. So I'm sorry. So you were saying?
So with La Muerte shirt, so we, gosh, I want to say it was early 2020, maybe latter part of 2019. We were going to visit my mother-in-law in Matamoros. And so she had been sick. Like something had happened. And so everyone was kind of worried about her. So the whole family basically was trying to get down there to see her and, be with her or whatever. And she's good. So, but my whole point is when I was packing for the trip, I love those t-shirts because they're comfortable. They fit right. They're not too boxy looking. Because some t-shirts for women, I don't know. For me, I would just feel like they're boxy. But I love the style of the shirt and the fit. But as I was packing, I was like, La Muerte. A la muerte means like to death, right?
Yes.
So I was like, I don't think that my sister-in-law or my in-laws and her friends would appreciate me wearing that shirt.
Probably not. If they're afraid that their mother might die and you're wearing a shirt that says to the dead, to the dead, they probably wouldn't appreciate it.
So, okay. So that was one thing. I was like, man.
You could have just been like, it was a short movie I was in.
I thought
and
it
then
was.
Give them the link.
Yeah, I thought it. Well,
by the way, let's talk on the next episode. I want to talk about the new movie idea I have for that.
Okay.
A la Muerte, the short film that I never made, and I'm glad I didn't because now I can make it as a different one. Because your nephew, our cousins and nephews, our cousin and nephew want to make that really badly, Elijah and Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
And after the pandemic, that might be something we could shoot because I think I have a good idea for it. Not fully formed, as most of my scripts are.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's just getting the ideas out there.
Yeah.
So the second time that my conscience said, don't wear that shirt. I can't remember if I was going to sleep and I was, during the pandemic, there's been several times where I kind of get I'm scared. I'm just like, what if we get sick? Or what if, my sister Loopy had it and it was scary to know that someone that close to you shares their personal experience.
Yeah, because for anyone who might have a problem with you letting your niece come over to spend the night during a pandemic, you should explain that while your sister's at work, y'all typically babysit, right?
Right. Yeah.
So y'all have like a fractured bubble, so to speak. It's a risk that you kind of have to take because she has to go to work. You have to go to work, but your kids are at home for a certain amount of time.
I carpool her to school, so Selah still is face-to-face school, and it's a private school, so it's less students, less staff.
Fewer students, fewer staff.
Fewer, yeah.
I don't know.
Fewer students,
I don't
fewer
know.
staff.
You might be. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
No, I'm used to it.
I know. I'm used to finding any reason to jump on you for language that you may have been correct there. I just wanted to be an asshole. Anyway, she goes to a private school. Look, I derailed the conversation. I'm sorry.
So, gosh, man, I forgot where I was. What were we talking about? Oh, La Muerte shirt. Still. So I think it was during the time Loopy had COVID and she was, double pneumonia, just all kinds of crazy stuff that I don't ever want to experience just based off of what she was saying. She was hallucinating, all kinds of things. So I also wear that shirt to go to sleep. So one night, crazy shit had been happening that day. I can't tell you exactly what it was, but it just had me in my feelings. And so I go to pull out the shirt I'm going to wear to bed. And what shirt is it? A la muerte. and it's like my conscience said, no, don't wear that shirt tonight.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know. Is it just like superstitious?
It's totally superstitious.
That I was thinking that, or just
write that down. We should talk about our freaking superstitions on another show too. Because I don't want this to come off as a brag or anything, but I have a couple of college degrees. I'm fairly highly educated. But oh my goodness, there are some superstitions I just can't let go of.
Please tell me the black cat.
Yeah, like a black cat crosses. I'll do the sign of the cross. What's the big deal? How much time does it take on my day? I don't know.
I used to be so scared of crossing a black cat or having a black cat cross in front of me that I would literally turn the car around and go the other way.
That's pretty bad. Let's talk about this on another show. Because this is a good juicy topic.
So anyway, for all you, supporters out there, buy a la muerte shirt, Don't let my experiences stop you.
Yeah, you can still buy the classic logo. Oh, by the way, we have a new logo.
You want me to? I have some extra lighting, so I think there's a shadow. Can you see it?
I can see it. Yeah, you can leave it right there because some people are listening to this on audio. Just describe it.
So, I was really excited about this new logo. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, real quick.
Just quick.
How about this? Let's take a break real quick, and then we can come back and talk about the logo.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Hey, are you enjoying Number 2 Podcast? Would you like to support us so that we can keep making these great shows for you? Cuz, why don't you tell them where they can go?
Hit us up at campfyrepod.com/support us. That's campfyrepod.com/support us. Support us is all one word.
You can support Number 2 Podcast directly with a monthly donation for as little as 99 cents per month through our anchor.fm website. Or scroll down a little more and you can click on our merchandise link, and that'll take you directly to our Amazon store where you can buy one of the shirts that we offer. And if you pick up anything else during that visit, we'll make a small commission at no extra charge to you.
That's right. Listen in style, pick up a badass shirt, support us at campfyrepod.com/support us. That's campfyrepod.com/support us.
And we're back. Yes. So tell me about the logo.
Describe the logo is something that we decided, or we were encouraged to come up with something that we both could relate to. And
by whom?
I'm bad with names.
Yes, I know. A friend of mine I went to school with, who is now a very talented designer, Tanya Rosenzweig, designed the logo for us.
And I have to say, I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's fantastic.
I love her personality, most of all, her work, um, professionalism. It was a fun experience. Um, Even the time that she took with us, it was just good. Anyway, so our logo now is um, obviously the number 2 podcast. Hecho in Texas, made in Texas, 1978, because that is the year both Tello and I
We were made.
We were made, yeah. Our parents.
That's when we were hecho en Texas.
Yeah, our parents didn't have nothing to do. I know for sure it was hot.
The
no
air conditioning
TV.
was broke.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a quiet night, nothing to do. So
yeah, if you want to hear that story, just listen to our last episode, episode 53, I believe, where I interview Mom on her 69th birthday, and she'll tell you all about the night I was conceived and my brother was conceived. We still need to talk to your mom about if she remembers the night you were conceived.
Oh, I'm sure she does, because my sister and I are born in the same year.
Y'all are Mexican, but somehow you're Irish twins.
Right.
So anyway, back to the logo.
So the logo is actually of a cucaracha.
And for non-Spanish speakers, that is
a roach.
Yeah.
A cockroach. Not the roach you smoke, but a cockroach. It might sound a little like, ooh, because I'm that way with roaches. I'm like, ugh.
If you want to see me turn into a little girl, no offense to little girls who might be listening, but you know you're scared of stuff. I turn into a little girl when a roach is around. I'll stomp on it and kill it, but if someone else is around to clean it up, even if it is a little girl who's not scared of roaches, I will let a little girl who's not afraid of roaches clean it up for me.
Oh, so I think that's a story or a show in itself, but let's just say that, that was something common to us.
In our household, yeah, the houses we grew up in, there were roaches everywhere.
Yeah, they were older homes. Some of them were not. I think it was, I guess, an infestation. Or would you
totally.
Would you go to that? Yeah.
Probably because we couldn't afford an exterminator to come by on a regular basis. Also, the house that I grew up in, we had an old oak tree in the back that I think was dying, and I think it housed a lot of roaches that just made their way inside our house.
Yeah. So, as scary and disgusting and nasty as it sounds, that's our logo.
That's where we came from. That's a part of who we are.
But I think it's such a badass image that I'm really, really, really considering getting a small tattoo of it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I love the colors.
The colors are great. Yes. She did such a great job. Thank you, Tanya.
Yes, thank you, Tanya.
By the way, if anyone is interested in any kind of work, you can follow her on Instagram. She's Gogo Tani. That's
Gogo Tani?
Yes, let me make sure I have the spelling correct. Keep vamping while I find this.
Yeah, she did a really good job. She was on point with her time as far as when we would have it. Like I said, she's Tello's friend, but she's mine through him.
Yes.
I know her now.
Yeah, she's awesome. And on Instagram, she is go_Tani. And that's TANI. So GO_TANI. She posts a lot of cool stuff. She's a very talented designer. So follow her if you just want to have a pretty looking timeline. Highly recommend.
I second that.
So yeah, we have our new logo. One of these days I'll sit down and record the new theme song, but until then, we're sticking with the old one because I don't have my stuff together.
Well, and listening to it again this morning, I mean, it is what it is. It's, oh my gosh.
Pardon me.
At least we got a pardon. At least we
look,
got a pardon.
Yeah, we got. I wanted to talk a little bit about nostalgia, but I guess we'll have to wait for a little bit. But I do want to see if this brings back any nostalgic memories. And for anyone who doesn't know, why don't you go ahead and tell the audience what nostalgia is?
Nostalgia means a sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past, typically for a period or place with happy personal associations.
That's not how that was supposed to go.
I know you wanted me to totally fail, but guess what? I had it pulled up and ready.
Well, just to pull the curtain back a little bit, before the show started, I told you I wanted to talk about nostalgia, and you were like, "Oh, what's that?"
I said define nostalgia.
I didn't expect you to pull it up on your phone and have it ready. Damn it.
Oh.
Hey, cuz.
Yes.
Thanks for ruining the show. Just real quick, we'll talk about it some other time. But I wanted to see if this rang any bells for you. Let me make sure that this is all turned up. Can you hear this?
Sam, are you a good kisser?
Yeah, I think I'm a good kisser. Oh, I think from what I've heard, from what I've been told, the feedback I've gotten is you're a great kisser. You're a good kisser. You kiss good.
Call 1-900-909 and hear it straight from Corey. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents for each additional minute. Call 1-900-909.
Call me 1-900-909. It's very important. I have a lot to tell you guys. Please call me.
You leave Corey Haim alone.
Oh, rest in
and
peace,
you
Corey
leave
Haim.
me alone.
What about this one? Does this one ring a bell?
Guess what? Corey Haim and Corey Feldman are giving out their personal numbers. If you call 1-900-909, you can listen to their private phone messages and get their personal number where you can leave them a message of your own. $2 the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. Ask your parents before you call. 1-900-909.
If you call me right now, I'll give you my private number.
You call that number, and you'll hear a recording, and I'll give you my personal number if you call that, and we'll wrap.
Well, I cut out the phone number in this because I didn't want anyone to call it. But if you want, I can find it and send it to you so you can get their personal numbers.
I already went down that path and I don't want to go down it again.
What
that
path?
was just a scam. They were dirty and wrong.
They talk dirty to you?
No. It was a scam. Don't fall for it, listeners. Don't call
How do you
them.
know it was a scam?
Because I called them. Both of them.
What'd
and
they
I
say?
waited on the phone. I don't remember. I just remember like dialing the number.
You called a 900 number?
Yes.
Remember when we were kids, like 900 numbers were like the dirty numbers.
Yeah. So, I think it's helpful to tell people too that my mom worked at AT&T or the phone company. I think it was Southwestern Bell at that time.
Yes, I believe so.
So, you could say she had, inside connections to really see what was going on the phone bill. And they used to mail out itemized phone bills of your charges, which I'm sure they still do now, but, all the paperless stuff going on. But anyway, so she lined us up. Me and let's see, it was my sisters at that time. So 4 of us were in a line and she was pissed off. She was like, I want to know who called. Don't you lie to me or you're all going to get your asses busted. And I stood firm, not me. Didn't
You
do
lied
it.
to your mom?
Yeah. it didn't, I mean, I felt, and then I started feeling bad. Like, damn, everyone else is going to get a beating, probably by your mom.
Probably the backup,
Yeah. And
the muscle.
I ended up, I think she already knew it was me, but I ended up telling her it was me.
How did that? Do you remember how you told her? Were you crying? Was it through tears?
Probably.
It was me.
So when I was young, like, I guess, gosh, I don't remember how old I was. What year was that?
Oh, I don't know.
I think
Doesn't
maybe I
say.
was like 9 or 10.
It's old enough to know better.
There were roaches in the house, so I could not.
You wanted to tell Corey Haim.
Could you please send us some raid? No, I'm joking.
Oh, shit.
No, that's not true. I don't remember how old I was, but I was so insecure and so shy. And I think when that happened, and I told my mom, I think I did get a spanking or a whipping, whatever you want to call it.
An ass whooping.
Yeah, an ass busting. Instead of whipping. And I want to say that my sisters, Phoebe, Andrea, and Loopy, ended up going to the movies or taking off with Aunt Gloria. And I was punished. But the crazy thing is, I never wanted to go. I always wanted to be by my mom or with my mom. So I didn't even care that they got to go and have fun with Gloria.
But why did you call? Like, what did you expect to hear? Did you want to kiss Corey Haim? Did you want to find out if he
No.
was a good kisser?
No.
Because you were saying you were so insecure.
Well, I think it was during the time License to Drive was out. License to
Great movie.
Drive.
Classic.
Silver Bullet. Isn't that
Another classic.
okay? So all in that time, I think that's what I was like, oh my gosh, these guys are so cute. But this is just me. I didn't express that to anybody. And then when, I had a chance to get to know them, there was an opportunity.
So did they talk to you at all? Like, I know it was probably just recordings, but
No.
did you hear anything?
No.
It was just blank air?
I think it was just like what that recording, how you replayed that. It was just.
Haim, are you a good kisser?
Yeah, I think I'm a good kisser. Oh, I think.
He doesn't
I
even know
don't-
if he's a good kisser.
I don't think it was the kissing part.
Was it?
Guess what? Corey Haim and Corey Feldman are giving out their personal numbers. If you call 1-900-909,
So you hear that
you
music
can
in the
listen to their
background?
private phone messages and get their personal number where you can leave them a message of your own. $2 the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute.
$2 the
Ask
first
your parents
minute.
before you call.
And then what was
1-900-909.
it, 45 seconds each additional minute? So
Yeah.
let's see. How long were you on the phone?
I think I would call and like hear their introduction or their greeting or whatever. And then it would like say, hold on. And that music was playing. And then I would hang up.
Oh, they would put you on hold? So they
Yeah.
were racking up the 45-cent
Yeah.
charges every
Yeah.
minute?
If
And then you'd
my
hang up.
memory serves me right, that's what they would do. And so you think that I was like, okay, well, they're not picking up right now. Let me try back again. And that's what I did. I was like,
Oh, so you'd hang up and then call
dial-
again
yeah.
and get charged that $2. Oh my goodness. That was
Yeah.
they were scamming you.
that's what I said.
And you
I
fell
wasn't-
for it. How many times did you call? How many $2 charges did you rack up?
Probably a lot. I don't, my mom said it went up like, I don't know. I don't remember.
Call
I'm
your
thinking,
mom. No.
you want me to?
All right, put it on speaker and get her close to the microphone.
And,
Talking to the microphone.
let's see if she answers.
Let's see if she remembers.
Hello?
Ma,
Hello?
Ma,
Yes, ma'am?
are you busy?
No.
Real quick,
Tell her she's on the podcast.
Eric and I are actually doing our podcast, and so I have you on speaker, and I just have a couple of quick questions for you.
Okay.
Do you remember that phone bill years ago that, like, when we were like really little? I was really little.
Like when you were about 17 and you called?
It wasn't 17. How old? Do you remember how old I was?
You're probably not. I would have to say probably 9 or 10.
Okay, that's what I thought. And do you remember how much the phone bill was?
It was over $400.
Is she
I
lying?
remember that very well.
Yeah.
Are you
Not
serious?
really. The more I think about it, I think you were closer to 18.
Hold on, Ma. Eric, do you have any questions about any of that?
Yeah. Is she serious about like a $400 bill?
You're serious. It was about $400.
It was well over $400, yeah.
So that means you had to call him like around 200 times.
Because it was one of those 976 number or something like that.
976.
You had to talk to him if you call that number. And busy or
So how did
you kept calling and calling.
did she pay it or did she
Did you
get out of
pay it, or you were able to get out of it?
I was able to get out of it.
And how did she punish you? Does she remember how she punished
Do
you?
you remember how you punished me?
Well, I couldn't stop laughing, really, in the other room. It's like I said, but you could not use the phone, of course. Y'all weren't even supposed to be on it anyway. But I actually threatened you before. I lined all of y'all up. I said, what if you did this? If it was
Did
just
she know?
one or two, I could understand if it was, an oversight by the company. But it was like $477, something like that.
Did she know it was you or
And
Did you know it was?
everybody just looked at you. I said, if it's you need to tell me the truth. You finally stepped forward and started crying. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to make it insurance.
I think this call
And
needs to
Rosie
be
stepped
ended.
up and said, after 1,000 times of calling, you think you're not going to trust me?
I thought you called like 2 or 3 times.
Yes, you couldn't wait to get home to call in the evening.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, Ma. We're gonna cut it off.
All right. Okay, I'm going to take a
Wait,
shower.
ask her if she has any more embarrassing stories about you as a kid.
I think Eric wants us to do more embarrassing stories, but we're gonna save that for another time.
All right.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right, baby.
Okay, all right, bye.
Cause I thought the bill was like maybe $20 more than usual. I didn't know it was a $400 bill.
Look, let's not get mathematical here.
What were you hoping Corey Haim was going to tell you?
Because I already told you I was an insecure child. I have no idea. I was looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like you had to have called at least 100 times, probably more than that.
I'm not going to say that every time, as you know, like I told you that the recording would come on and I would be on, like they would play that music to hold. So that's 45.
Music.
Guess what? Corey Haim and Corey Feldman are giving out their personal numbers. If you call 1-900-909,
Bitch.
you can listen to their private phone messages and get their personal number where you can leave them a message.
You were going to listen to their private phone messages.
I had no idea. Okay.
Oh my
if we
goodness.
did something like that to Sayla, I bet you she would do the same thing. Gosh, $477. I sound like
My
a real
goodness.
freak.
Yeah. Holy smokes.
Oh gosh, cuz.
You just wanted to find out if he was a good kisser.
No, I really didn't. I don't think I was 9. If you seen pictures of me then, I was always mistaken for a boy anyway. So. I guess I was trying to come out of my shell. I don't know. But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's funny. My story was pretty much, my memory was on point with my mom's.
Except you didn't tell me.
I
You
said
didn't tell me it was
60 or did I say 2 numbers?
I don't think you said any numbers. I was just making assumptions that it was going to be like, between $20 and $40 more, like,
No.
a noticeable amount. I didn't know it was going to be $400.
I think I waited on the
I
line.
wonder how many disputes that phone number had from parents across the country.
Probably a shitload.
Or what about people who didn't know that they could dispute it and just had to pay?
That's sad.
And you never even got to talk to Corey Haim?
No. Mm-mm.
He never picked up.
Nope.
Out of the hundreds of times you called. And you think around, 50 or 60, you'd be like, he's not home. He must be out of town. Or he's never going to answer my call.
It wasn't. I have no idea. I also have another confession about phone things, which we're talking. I remember calling one of my former classmates, calling her house and hanging up. That was before caller ID or anything.
Was this Carrots?
Carrots?
Codename Carrots?
No.
You were lettuce and she was Carrots?
No.
Oh, okay. This is somebody else?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was way back, like way, way, way. So I had an issue with the phone. I don't know why. That was my out, I guess, since I felt
So what, you called your friend and what?
I would hang up.
Oh.
They didn't know it was me. I was just calling.
And that was it?
Yeah. But I think I did it a lot of times. Isn't that weird? Now I'm thinking I might have some psychological issues.
You think? Maybe a couple.
Oh. I don't know why I would do that.
Thank God the internet was invented.
Thank God caller ID wasn't available yet. Scary. I don't know why I did that. I really don't.
Yeah, I was waiting for more of the story.
I just remember calling, like, to the extent that I remember her mom saying something like, I know who this is. Stop calling. I was like, you don't know who this is.
You're like, caller ID hasn't been invented yet.
Oh, it's crazy because that stuff, like, sometimes just pops in my head and I'm like, why did I do that? The Corey Haim and Corey Feldman stuff is one thing, but the prank calling, I don't know why.
I remember, I have a vague memory of my brother getting in trouble for calling a 900 number. And I don't know if mom was able to dispute the bill or not, but she kept asking him, what did they say to you? Because
I'm sure his 900 number was a little...
Yeah, those he wasn't calling Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. But it reminds me, the closest incident I had to something like that, I never called a number because I knew better, because I knew it was going to show up on the phone bill. But I didn't. And besides, like, at that age, dirty talking probably, I wouldn't have understood. But once the internet was available, I remember I was on dial-up internet and I was looking for photos of pretty women.
So did you like Google search it, or?
I don't even know if Google was, Google might have been around, but I don't think I was even aware of Google.
It was like AOL or something like that?
Probably something like that. It was like late 90s. So it was my early experience with the internet was like around 97, 98. And I downloaded this thing that said, hey, download this program and run it, and you'll have access to all kinds of photos and stuff. And I was like, all right, hell yeah.
All right.
So I downloaded, stupidly, don't ever do this, especially from a website you don't know. So I downloaded the software and I ran the program, and it disconnected me from the internet, and then it started dialing another phone number. to connect me to another server. And I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, who knows where it's calling, because it was dialing from my computer. It's not like it had like a dial pad and told me what number. So it started to connect, and I could hear like the computers talking to each other with that. Remember that old sound?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, how do you stop? Yeah. So I was like, oh, stop. So I ended up, I figured out, I closed the program, and that was it. So it only dialed for like a couple of seconds, but I was like, oof, that was close. And then I got back on the internet looking for my pictures of pretty women. And I forgot about it until the phone bill came in. And it was dialing into a 900 number. It was a computer that was dialing into, but it was a 900 number. And, I don't remember how much it charged, but it was more, it added to the phone bill. Yeah, my mom was she knew how much the phone bill should be. So she called me in there and she was upset. And she was like, this is one of those dirty numbers. I was like, no, I didn't call that. I was honest, like, I didn't call that. She was like, well, what is this? I was like, I started thinking, I was like, oh shit, it must have been
when you heard that
software.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I did download the software. And she was like, what was it for? I was like, oh, I can't tell her it was for,
a science project.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
So I was like, oh, it was supposed to be like, it was supposed to give me access to all kinds of software, but, it never connected. So I was just like, oh, I don't know where this is connecting. I didn't trust it. So I disconnected. I was like, it just dialed for a couple of seconds. I didn't, So I lied to my mom and told her it was for software, not for pictures of women.
Oh my gosh. You're going to break her heart.
Yeah.
She probably still has that bill circled, that amount.
Shut up.
Just kidding, Aunt Becky.
Look, I was a teenage boy. I think it's totally natural.
It is.
Don't judge me.
It is.
Wait, was I a teenager? I was in my early 20s.
Oh my gosh. That's way worse than being a 9 or 10-year-old.
Shut up. I didn't know it was going to disconnect me from the internet and connect me to another server.
Do you see?
I was tricked. You did that willingly.
That's the innocence of my behavior.
Of a 20-year-old, you're right.
I had no concept of any like, oh, you dial this number and it says it's going to charge you. Well, where's it going to show up? I don't know.
Like, they didn't ask me for money. I guess this one's free. They must really like me.
Yeah. And I think I remember now that because I never really got to talk to them, it was just all recording or music, that I kept thinking it wasn't going to charge because I never got to talk to them.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we were dumb.
Yeah.
All right. Before we confess anything else, I think now's a good time to end the show before we get ourselves in any deeper water.
Yep, I agree.
Mom, I'm sorry I lied to you. I did not want to get a beating for looking for naked women on the internet.
I'm going to say she forgives you.
Okay, good. Anything else before we leave?
No, I think for our next show, we have maybe some topics of Ask Google, Table Talk.
Yeah, I really didn't get to talk about nostalgia like I wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And we can talk about superstition. I doubt we'll be able to cram all that into one show, but we'll see what we can get to. In the meantime, if you want to support us, check out campfirepod.com/merch. There should be a link to our Amazon store where you can buy some shirts to support us. The new logo isn't up yet. I want to find out more about that, about getting, we might be switching stores. Also, like I said, if you want to support us on a monthly basis, go to anchor.fm/num2pod/support. And you can support us for as little as 99 cents a month.
We miss you.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even get to read like our reviews and stuff. I had some other stuff lined up, but you threw me off with that story about not being able to wash your hands.
Oh my goodness.
that's it. Everyone, have a great week or 2 weeks or however long it is till our next episode. Thanks for listening.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah, again, and don't forget campfyrepod.com, spelled campyrePod.com /merch to get a shirt. Anchor.fm. Oh man, you say it, cousin.
Anchor FM /
No, Anchor.fm.
Anchor.fm / support.
No, /num2pod. Anchor.fm /num2pod /support. Num2pod, that's NUMTWOPOD.
That's anchor.fm num2pod /support.
/num2pod. Start over.
That's anchor.fm /num2pod /support.
Yes.
There you go.
And again, you can find us Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. I think we're on Spotify now. Pretty much wherever you can find a podcast, you should be able to find us.
Yes.
And we're still on YouTube. We'll be on YouTube as well.
Yep. Y que vive la cucaracha.